Just a quick trigger warning. This book is all that and a bag of chips. So tonight we're going to be talking about, welcome back to my channel, guys. If you are not already a member, if you have not already liked or subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. It is very important for the algorithms, and we want to get to 1,000 people, 1,000 subscribers by the end of August. So please make sure to share this video, like this video, so that the algorithm knows that we exist. Let's get into it. See you at the top by Zig Ziglar. It was a book that I was not sponsored to review. It is a part of a book list that I got from a guy called Kevin Hurdo, I think it was his name. I'm gonna probably write it in the description if I get a chance to, but there is this list of books called from a success set of CDs called Your Wish is Your Command. And a couple of years ago, I was asked to review him. And at the end of the set of CDs, he gave a book list for further insight into the idea of personal development and success. And this is the second of 15. And I just want to say that major trigger warning, if you get this book and you're not into the whole Christian ideology and people talking about God, this is going to be a very difficult read for you. I'm not saying to steer away from it. I'm sure that we are all mature people who can listen to other people's opinions without getting too offended. But if you are one of those people that are easily offended, don't pick up this book, but you will definitely be missing out on the sequence of how the success module works. This was pretty easy to read, very fluid, very funny. He's a quite charismatic and charming guy, and I really, really enjoyed reading about having the right attitude towards success and it being something that we have the most autonomy on. Um, he also talks a lot about improving relationships and the ripple effect. I think that that was one of the most interesting aspects of the story that he was telling about how when one person is mean to one person, that person in turn is mean to them. It helped me actually to think a little bit more about being more empathic when I see people who have a negative attitude towards others or who are like mean to me, or and I don't really know them, or I know that I didn't do anything to them. It helped me to always remember to think about how that person is probably going through something that has nothing to do with me. Probably as a result of going through that thing with somebody else, I am the scapegoat at that point as to why this person is acting this way. So it helped me to understand the idea and the concept of empathy and not taking things personally. And I think that not taking things personally is a huge, huge uh, aspect of of success, because it's not really how we fall, but how we actually get up after we fall when somebody has hurt us or has offended us in some way. Being able to just get over it and keep it pushing is something that is going to be able to determine how far you go, because you will spend less time lamenting about it being somebody else's fault that you are not where you want to be, but really being able to take ownership and responsibility just dust it off and keep it pushing. I like that about this book. All of the other God things aside, where he talks about, God didn't create mistakes, or he created us in his image and likeness. And so we should be able to take pride in ourselves and whatever we do, if it's scrubbing the floor or running a company, those things get noticed, and they get noticed by the person who matters the most. One of the really crazy and weird things about this book that really stood out to me in all the hundreds of pages was this whole screaming when you get up in the morning, or clapping, or like starting your day with a big jump and a bang. I'm not gonna lie, when he said that you should do this, I was like, I'm not gonna do this. And I gotta admit, I kind of weaned myself into the idea of being a little bit more open-minded to trying really crazy, weird, different things. And it did have an extremely positive effect. At least, like at the very least, I felt very silly, which put me in a very good mood and like giggling and laughing with myself about doing this weird, silly thing in the morning just to kind of like jumpstart my day. And at the best, I got really into it and started my day with such great enthusiasm. You would think that, I had won $1 million or something. So it was a very, it was a very positive impact. So the last thing about this book that I think was very, very good for me was to be able to be more mindful about how I treat others, right? So if I'm conscious, like I said before, he talks about the passing on story of one person treats one person bad, and then that person treats somebody else as bad, and then it's just like a ripple effect of that person might as well have done the bad thing to the last person down the line of this act because everything is connected and interconnected with one another. So it allowed me to be more conscious of how I treat people around me and what it is my contribution is to treating people good without the expectation of getting something back. And I know a lot of times we hear the complete opposite when it comes to business and success and entrepreneurship is that it's just about the bottom line and it's just about being able to get something back. While you do get something back, as long as you're building your reputation for somebody that cares, um, in this book, he talks a lot about not just giving to get something, but giving to be able to just be a good person in the industry and to create value. So that helped me to change my perspective about what it is that I want to create, what is value, and how do I create more value in the spaces that I already am as a mom, as a wife, as a daughter, as a teacher, as a person who wants to give back and as a life coach. How do I give more value? Because it's not just about that me making more money, but just also as me being able to do the most in the profession where I am, because that says everything about my reputation and a name, my reputation will go further than the dollars that I earn or spend. So, really good book. I would give it a 5 out of 5 any day. I really enjoyed it. But he is a Christian. Proud of it. And if that's something that is offensive to you, I think that you should definitely consider that. Just be warned by that. I hope to see you guys in the next video, and don't forget to like and subscribe.